Jackson Radio Show.
Did you see the Oprah thing that she did on 60 Minutes? I didn't see it. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. If you want to call the show, 844-551-8255. So Oprah apparently was on 60 Minutes, and she did a panel, and it was apparently disingenuous. I did not watch it. I've got some different observations from it. But anyway, the president tweeted this after just watched a very insecure Oprah Winfrey, who at one point I knew very well, interview a panel of people on 60 Minutes. The questions were biased and slanted, the facts incorrect. Hope Oprah runs so she can be exposed and defeated just like all of the others. And we've talked about Oprah and everybody going, Oprah, run for president. I'm going to tell you something. You know, and everybody's saying, oh, Kevin, remember what John Oliver said about Trump? Please run. Oh, please run. Please run. Oh, run, please. And all the other comedians. Let me tell you something. I hope Oprah runs. I hope Oprah runs. I hope Michelle Obama runs. I hope Barack Obama tries to run again. I hope Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. I hope all those stooges on the left run, because what you're going to watch is Donald Trump take every one of them. He's going to wipe their butts, the floor with their butts, and he's going to send them along their way. Expose these frauds. They are all frauds. Oprah Winfrey is the biggest fraud in Hollywood. She sold a story, a BS story, promiscuous girl who made herself out as I was raped and I was done. Let me tell you something. Oprah put herself in everything that happened to Oprah Winfrey was because she put herself in the situations to make it happen. Don't give me this. I can already feel people out there going, Kevin, people shouldn't deserve to be treated this. No, nobody deserves to be, raped or abused in any way. What I'm telling you is Oprah Winfrey is lying. Oprah Winfrey, in many cases, wanted much of what has happened to her, and her story is a fabricated lie. I know there are people out there squeamish right now. Oh my gosh, what is he saying? I don't wish any bad things to happen to people. Whatever legitimately happened to Oprah Winfrey that was traumatic in her life, bad. But what I'm telling you is Oprah Winfrey, if you read her real story, you find out she is a vicious liar. Her life is fabricated. She was as my grandmother would say, a fast girl. She was promiscuous. She was boy crazy. And it took a man to straighten her out and say, look, you got to stop this nonsense. I knew a girl just like her. Good family. I left to go to military school. I came back. They said, this girl is crazy, gone crazy. I mean, I would never have guessed this about this girl. She was probably 3-4 years younger than I was. And so I always just saw her as this little girl because I wasn't that old myself. But I mean, if I'm 17 and she's 13, she's a little girl to me. And so I go to military school. I come back and they're like, man, Karen is gone crazy. She's gone wild. And her mother and father were they were the sanest black folks in the town I grew up in. Seriously. They were just a very nice family. And I would visit every time I come back. I'd visit them, because they were just really nice people. I'm not going to say their names. And I went to see the mom one time, and she wasn't home. And the daughter answered the door, and I said, "Hey, is your mom and dad home?" She goes, "No, my dad's at work. My mom's shopping or something." I said, "Oh, I'll come back." She goes, "You can wait." I said, "No, it's not. You're home by yourself. It doesn't look good." So I left, and Verona called. Well, I didn't give her last name, but she called my grandmother and said, "Hey, I heard Kevin drop by the house." And my grandmother said, "Yeah, but he left because your daughter was home by herself and he wouldn't go in." And she says, "Oh, it would have been okay," and all that. And I was like, "Oh, I ain't going in." So I saw her later on and said, "Yeah, I just dropped by to say hello to you and your husband." And, because they were good people to me. And my grandmother said, "Kevin, she's hoping you'll date." I'm like, date her? I was 17, or I think I was 17. Like, why would I date her daughter? And she's like, well, she's kind of got a little reputation. I'm like, then why would I date her daughter? And it was sad because, the family was a good family. It drove her dad nuts. I mean, he was like a stalker when she was out with, boys, and rightfully so. Because, as I learned more about, I was gone. I'd be gone for most of the year. I'd come back for the summer or stuff like that. And then I went to college right after that. But, it was just bad to watch this young girl go through this metamorphosis that, unfortunately she shouldn't have gone through. And it reminds me of Oprah's story where I think and I'm just trying to go from memory here because it's been a lot of years, but I think they ended up sending her to another state, to live with an aunt to get her away from the environment that she was in. But let me tell you, it isn't like it was the boys who were chasing her around and having all kinds of fun times with her. Wherever she went, that was going to happen. And Oprah got lucky, and she moves with I believe an uncle. It was a male family member who straightened her out. And that's what happened. But anyway, that's not even what I want to talk about. So she does this thing on 60 Minutes. And it made me think of, why would she do that? Oprah left mainstream TV to go start the OWN, Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN. So she did it. And I believe the network lost a lot of money because Oprah lost like $100 million year one. And I mean, she's got a lot of money, but even if you're just barely a billionaire, you can't lose $100 million and not take notice. Now, has she gotten it fixed? I don't know. I'm not following her financials. But what I will tell you, it reminds me of Glenn Beck, where things were going well, and suddenly they get derailed. And you're going, what just happened here? And because Glenn had a media empire, now he's about to get bought by Ben Shapiro's group, he's backed by some billionaire. Now, I think Oprah Winfrey's going to last longer because leftists support their people longer, but her network's demise is as sure as spring showers. And let me tell you why I say that. Why is Oprah going to 60 Minutes? Because that network, CBS, the venerable, CBS has been which by the way isn't doing that great themselves. She needs that. That's what's she's having to piggyback now on CBS in order to get her own network to keep it going. That's what I think. I'm putting on my management consulting hat saying, why would you own a network and then you go do something like that on another network? Why wouldn't you do that on your own network? Pardon the pun. But because I don't understand it. You would be branding and wanting to do something there. You would want to say, hey, we have a 60 Minutes equivalent, and I'm going to be asking the tough questions, or, in Donald Trump's comment, the biased and slanted questions of an audience, so you can come see what we're doing. If you're going to build a network, you got to go for it. So what she's effectively doing now is partnering with CBS to see how that works. Now, I'm sure this has to do with Gayle. I think Gayle, her best friend's on CBS. She wouldn't have that job if it weren't for Oprah. But whatever reason is she's doing it, I say it's because she needs it strategically. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's just kind of one guy's theory about it, but I don't think Oprah's doing that well. And anyway, Donald Trump called her out. I hope she runs for president because, like I said, I'd love to see Donald Trump clean her clock and that of other people that think she'd be the next great woman hope.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.